Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Thursday morning. It is now the 12th day of December 2024, and this is the morning briefing coming to you from the home weather office. And as I look out the window of the weather office, it is raining. Not as hard as it was about an hour ago, as I'm recording this around 8:15 in the morning. The band of rain going through, it was a pretty nice little rain. I'll show you some of the rain totals here in just a second. And of course, we do have more coming. We'll see a little bit of rain later on today, and then we have another chance of rain into Friday night and into Saturday, and that one may be a little bit more substantial. So let's show you what's happening this morning. As I said, I'm recording this around 8:15 in the morning, so I just want to give you an idea of the radar because you can kind of match this up with the models that I'll be showing you here in a second. You can see that area of steady rain going through and then into the foothills. So when I show you rain totals here in just a second, because it is still raining in the foothills as I'm recording this, the rainfall totals here aren't totally in just yet because it's still in progress, while the totals I show you in the valley will be the total that we've had so far because the rain has ended in places like Sacramento and in Solano County, as well as into Stockton and Modesto. By the way, a lot of folks ask me if I use any weather apps, and this is the only weather app I use. This is Radar Scope. This is it's a radar app. I use this on my phone and on my desktop here, my laptop. And so this is just raw radar data from the Davis radar site. And if you like this app, it costs. It might be something like $10 a year or something like that. So it's not a free app, but there's a lot of data here, and it's terrific for storm chasing and that sort of thing. Anyway, so that's the radar first thing this morning. So let's go to some of those rainfall totals, and for that I'm going to the California Nevada River Forecast Center, which is a site I love to use. And over on the right side of the page over here, this is where you get the observed precipitation. I'm just going the last 12 hours. So for areas where the rain has ended, like in Sacramento County, we've had about 3/4 of an inch of rain. There's some spots over here in Sonoma County that have had more than an inch of rain. Into Solano County, Vacaville, Nut Tree Airport reporting 0.62. Over at Travis Air Force Base, looks like they're getting about a half an inch of rain. And as I mentioned, in the foothills, these totals aren't really representative just yet because it is still raining as I'm recording this. About a third of an inch of rain so far in Auburn, about the same thing in Placerville. Let's go a little bit farther to the south. Stockton had some nice rain, 4/10 of an inch of rain. Modesto, same thing, about 4/10. And you go farther to the east where we'll still see more rain. You get into parts of Tuolumne County and Amador County, and these rainfall totals are only around a quarter, but there is more rain to come. This doesn't show up here, but the snow level this morning is right around 5,000 feet, maybe a little bit lower, 4,800 feet in some spots, and there are chain controls up on all the Sierra highways. So that's how much rain we have had, and the satellite shows the best part of that system now going by, kind of reflected what you saw on the radar. There is this little wave right here that will go through this afternoon, bringing us some light rain, and then back in here is the next area that will come in on Friday. I'll show you the timing on that in just a second. So as you can see, there isn't going to be much of a break here, but it is very clear. We have one system here and another one here. Someone asked me yesterday, if I find the right one, about this being an AR. Here it is. Here's the one I wanted to show you. About this being an atmospheric river and that sort of thing. Somebody was asking about that in the comments section yesterday. So, I really wouldn't call this an AR. It's certainly not like what we had back in November, and certainly not worth, putting in a headline that this is an atmospheric river. So let me just finish getting this centered up. Here's this little area of moisture, and I know it's kind of tough to see sometimes, but this is California here, and we're looking out across the Pacific. There's the Aleutians, there's Alaska, Hawaii is down here. So we have this little band of moisture going through this morning, as you can see right here, a little cold front, really that's all it is. Little extra moisture behind it, and then I guess this is what some may be referring to as an AR, but to me, it's a very weak one, and it's just not long lasting. But that's the rain we get on Saturday, and then we get dry air on Sunday, and then we get another little wave of moisture coming by on Monday, and then the next area stays off to our north. So, I think there are some circles that here on the West Coast that almost any time we get a little wave of rain going through like we have today, I guess in some technical ways, some of these could be classified as ARs, atmospheric rivers, but to me, especially after we've had a pretty significant event already this year, to try to play this up, this series of systems going by as more atmospheric river, like I said, I just don't think it's worth getting into that at this point. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the models. Someone asked yesterday about some of the acronyms we use here in the models. The HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model, HRRR. Love this model for up to 48 hours. That's as far out as it goes in some runs. This updates every hour, by the way, and I'm showing the 12Z run, the run that starts at 4 a.m. Because it goes out a little bit farther in time. So here's that band of rain going by, and I mentioned that we'll have another chance of showers going by this afternoon. This, for time reference, I know you guys can't see it, but I can. Up here, it's up in Z time, Zulu time. So this is at 19Z. So let's go to 20Z. This is noontime today. Still some snow in the Sierra. Here's that little wave of rain going by. So we'll have a break in the valley through the middle part of the day. And then once we get into the late afternoon, showers go by. I don't expect we're going to get a lot out of this, but it will likely be, kind of damp again. This is around 2 in the afternoon, 3, 4 in the afternoon. This is generally light precip. Might be a nice little breeze with this, but probably enough to make the roads wet again for the afternoon commute. So we have the rain this morning, there's a little bit of a break, and then some showers around late afternoon and up to sunset. All right, now Friday's looking a little bit murkier because it looks like the leading edge of this is starting to creep in a little earlier. Also, I found this feature to be pretty interesting too on the HRRR. One of those things that the high resolution models can pick up on. It looks as though we may have enough moisture around and probably a warm frontal situation going on here that we are squeezing moisture out on the west slope. So areas like Grass Valley and Auburn and Colfax and Placerville, first thing on Friday morning, this wouldn't be heavy rain. What this would be, it would be misty, drizzly, what you get with a warm front sort of situation. It's those very fine droplets that just kind of keep the west slope so damp sometimes when you get that good orographic flow with a good amount of moisture in the air. And then here comes the next system in. This too would be light precip. This is around late morning on Friday. That lifts out. So Friday should be one of those days with on again, off again rain. Certainly not as clear as what we were looking at a couple of days ago. But you can also tell this is a warm front because the snow levels are going up. Watch how let me back this up, and you'll see that here, you see a lot more blue, the snow level down around 5,000 feet, as I mentioned for today. And then on Friday, that goes up to around 6,000 feet before it comes back down again during the day Saturday as the main cold front comes in. This is first thing Saturday morning, and this is as far out as the HRRR goes. So because of that, then we go out to the NAM, the North American model, and this one goes out to 84 hours. So this shows the same thing, shows that little blob of rain going by late this afternoon, and then we get the overrunning getting into Friday morning. A little bit of a break as we wait for the main cold front. Gradient starting to pick up. This is Saturday, very, very early in the morning, kind of like overnight Friday night. Kind of breezy, turning wet. And then Saturday, Saturday's just kind of a soggy day for many. But I wouldn't consider it an all-day rain. You can see that, as we wait for the main cold front to go through, there'll be some breaks out ahead of it. But I think that's going to be really difficult to time for any individual location. So with all the holiday stuff going on this weekend, it looks as though Saturday late afternoon and evening turns out to be better, and then we still think Sunday is going to be the better day. So if you're up trying to plan things on Saturday, it's just going to be tough to find or to nail down the window when it's going to be dry. There will be periods where it's dry, and you'll yell at me, you'll yell at other meteorologists or whatever, or your app, because you're going to say, they said it was going to rain Saturday. And eventually it will rain Saturday, but it's not going to rain all day. But we are going to see some nice snow in the Sierra, probably more than a foot during the day on Saturday. But then by Saturday night, everything dries out, and then Sunday does look like a dry day. So that's as far out as the NAM goes. And as you can see, there's another band of rain out here. So with that, we go out to the GFS. GFS has much less resolution than the other models, but it shows more or less the same thing. Here's that wave going through on Saturday, and yeah, that looks pretty nice. Good snow in the Sierra. Saturday, probably not a great day to travel in the mountains with more than a foot of snow coming down. So there'll be travel issues on 80, 50, and 88 with a snow level around 5,000 feet. This is Sunday. So Sunday, all the models have been really consistent in keeping Sunday a nice day. Maybe some residual clouds. And then on Monday, this is Monday at 4 a.m. Yeah, it looks like some showers going through, but the model isn't very excited about it. And then after that, it looks like we're going to be dry for a while. As a matter of fact, the most recent run that goes all the way out on this goes out to the 20th. The 6Z run of this goes out all the way to the 26th, taking us through Christmas, and that leaves us dry. So once we get past Monday, right now anyway, we get back into another period of dry weather. But, who knows? Anything past 7 to 10 days this time of year is fantasy land, as you all well know. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. Expect some more rain to go through late this afternoon. Expect chain controls probably throughout much of the day, although they may come down shortly. Friday's not looking as clear as it did before. It does look as though with that warm front coming in that we could certainly see overrunning, which produces the mist and drizzle, especially for those of you on the west slope. So for those of you, like I said, in Placerville and Colfax and Grass Valley, Nevada City, Quincy, Friday could be just one of those misty, drizzly days, whereas on the valley floor, we'll probably wait until later in the day to get into some rain. And then Saturday, we have some better rain going through. But again, there will be some windows where it isn't raining at your location, but it will eventually rain, and we'll get some really good snow, probably more than a foot during the day on Saturday. So that looks pretty good for the resorts, just not all that great for travel on Saturday. So that's everything I've got for you this morning on this Thursday morning. We're almost to the weekend. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.